They have just splashed this water with splashed this racetrack rather with a bit of water, and we are just about ready to go. And Ben Shelton, you have looked over this starting grid. You've been down in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit all weekend long. Who will you be talking to in Lucas Oil Victory Lane?
Well, obviously, Bobby Pierce is the easy one to pick, but after watching last night's feature, there's been 9 winners and 13 additions to this event. After tonight, there's going to be 10 because Devin Moran is going to get the win from outside front row.
There you go. Ben Shelton going to go with Devin Moran. And ladies and gentlemen, here they come. One of the greatest sights in all of racing, the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Salute you with a 4-wide parade lap here at Huset Speedway. And as they come back by you front straightaway, let's send them off with a wave. They'll wave back at you. Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series here at Huset Speedway for the Silver Dollar Nationals for the 2nd year in a row. Never gets old, buddy.
No, sir.
James, who you got? Who is going to be the 2023 winner of the Silver Dollar Nats?
He's been fast since we've come out here. 34, he was good. Good Monday night, good Tuesday night. Dalton Wilson gets the biggest win of his career, the ATD, starting 3rd here tonight. He'll go to victory lane tonight in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series.
What a win that would be for James Ratliff and crew. You know what? I am going to go with a guy that is going to get his first ever Silver Dollar Nationals Championship. He will get his first win for Bobby and Jessica Kohler in the 20 RT. I think Ricky Thornton Jr. gets it done from the 6th spot. That team keeps making strides, and I think at the end of 80 laps, he is going to be the winner. Producer Tiffany is going to go with the driver that won this event last year, Brandon Shepard. She thinks that Shep will become the 2nd 3-time champion of this race. We're about to find out, James, because the Brandon Ford Pace truck has turned off the lights. The green flag will wave this time in the Nutrien Ag Solutions starting zone. Bobby Pierce on the pole, Devin Moran on the outside, 80 laps the distance, $53,000 on the line, and we are underway here at Huset Speedway.
In the last 2 nights, Pierce has led every lap. Will he lead the first one here tonight? Devin Moran fires down the back straightaway. They ran 1st and 2nd last night as they come off of turn number 4. And lap 1 is going to go to Devin Moran in 99.
It's the first time all weekend that somebody other than Bobby Pierce has been at the front of the field. Devin Moran, your leader at the end of lap number 1. Pierce slips up a little bit down in turns 3 and 4. May open up the door for Brandon Shepard, and that allows Devin Moran to gain a couple car lengths on the 32. Dalton Wilson running 4th, side by side for 5th. Here comes Ricky Thornton Jr. in the 20 RT.
Double Down Motorsports, Roger Sellers, the team based in Morristown, Tennessee. Devin Moran into turn 1 to get that streak that began the 2nd night at Lernerville. 13 consecutive top 4 finishes. Battle for 2nd off of turn 4. Here comes Big Perm working the bottom sheet to the B5 of Brandon Shepard. We saw this. How many times this year have we seen that 32 and B5 going at it? They were 1st and 2nd here a year ago with Shepard getting the win.
Right now, the Buckeye State leads the land of Lincoln in this one, as there's a good look at the battle for the 2nd spot. Bobby Pierce has it. Brandon Shepard trying to take it away, and you saw Pierce. He slapped the wall down in turns 1 and 2. He gets his bearings back under him, though Brandon Shepard was able to gain a little bit of ground. Devin Moran not necessarily able to pull away. 6 in the books in this one.
And it didn't take long, as we said. They're on the same straightaway now as the tail end of the field. As Moran, here comes Pierce to the bottom, Shepard through the middle, then it's Thornton, McCready, Wilson, O'Neill, Ferguson, Nodorth, and Davenport, your top 10 with 7 laps scored here tonight.
Bobby Pierce, you just saw right there after smacking the wall a couple laps ago, has changed his line. He's now on the inside of that racetrack, trying to hook that berm that they flattened out a little bit. You heard Ben Shelton talk about, and just as we say that, James, right on cue, Devin Moran has caught the tail end of the field, and they're running side by side directly in front of him. That's Corey Lawler in the blue 93, Kurt Schroeder in the black 15C.
All 26 starters still running and paid $2,000 to start tonight. Pierce will work the bottom out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway behind Kurt Schroeder, the Newton, Iowa driver. Now the 93, Corey Lawler, 4th in the O'Reilly Auto Parts rookie of the year chase. Three-car battle. Thornton trying to make it a four-car battle into turn one with 10 complete here tonight.
Devin Moran trying to split that the back markers in this one and put one of them between himself and Bobby Pierce. Easier said than done, though, as he's able to sidestep the 9-3 off quarter number 4. Bobby Pierce does the same. Right now, it's a high-speed game of cat and mouse. Pierce trying to retake the lead from Moran.
Junior Cooper to turn number 3. Off at turn number 4, still leading as Clay Harris slowing into car number 6 here on the main straightaway. He had an oil leak in his warm-ups here earlier tonight.
Yeah, and that team actually changed motors last night as well, so you have to wonder if maybe it's something mechanical on the Jupiter Florida driver's number 6. He is going to make his way to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. 11 laps in the books in the 14th running of the Silver Dollar Nationals. Clay Harris getting work done to that Wilkerson Farm sponsored number 6 in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. Ben Shelton will send it down to you.
Yeah, they're going to pull the hood off of the number 6 car. They're looking under the hood right around the radiator. Maybe not sure if the car's starting to overheat or not. We'll try to get an update.
All right, thanks a lot, Ben. You see several different teams, including Clay Harris's own team and members of Rocket One down there trying to diagnose the issue on the Clay Harris number 6H. A tough break for the 23-year-old who has led the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year chase for most of the season. He just relinquished that lead to Drake Troutman within the last couple events, and unfortunately, Lady Luck may be dealing a bad hand, as it looks like Ben, maybe they're going to put a little oil in it, or they got something else to try, a little bit of fuel to try to get that car to fire back up.
Yeah, the car's running, but they immediately, when Brian Green pulled off the oil cap, they immediately went and got oil out of the Rocket One toolbox, added oil to it. So not sure what the issue may be as they continue to work on the 6 car.
Yeah, and he comes in that lucrative Rookie of the Year chase, the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year chase, $20,000 to win that, plus about $10,000 plus in contingencies, as well as the hood back on the Ken Harris owned car number 6. So DJ, 11 laps in the books. Devin Moran has led from the start. Pierce, Shepard, Thornton, Wilson, then McCready, O'Neill, Ferguson, Nodorth, Davenport, your top 10 as they go green at the Nutrient Solutions restart zone.
11 laps are complete, 69 laps remain. Pierce chooses the inside lane on the Delaware double file restart. That'll shove Shep up high and put the 20 RT of Ricky Thornton down low. Bobby Pierce, who has been really good all weekend long, obviously winning in the preliminary race on Thursday and on Friday, trying to get that 32 car back out front here tonight, but it's been all Devin Moran since this one went green.
In turn 3, Shepard looking for a way down low. The 2-time and defending Silver Dollar Nationals winner. They're even at the line. Pierce by a nose into turn 1. Devin Moran off at turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Again, he comes in at 9th, in the Lucas Oil Championship points. Now Thornton and Wilson going at it. Here comes Shepard and O'Neill out of turn number 4. Right now, Tyler Erb has gone to 10th. Jonathan Davenport has fallen back to 13th, DJ.
It's really intriguing to watch these guys kind of clip that berm on the inside of the racetrack as we double it up for you at home. Again, one camera on your race leaders, the camera on the right looking back on that battle for 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th right now as business is once again picked up for the 2nd spot. Brandon Shepard using the inside lane to his liking. All 3, your lead trio, all right in the same half straightaway.
The track was good last night. It's even better here tonight as they come out of turn number 2. Moran by about 5 car lengths over Pierce, Shepard, Dalton Wilson, Hudson O'Neill, your top 5 rather, as Thornton works the inside of O'Neill. The lead right now, 0.4 of a second with the Dresden, Ohio driver out of 2. And what a battle for second as they go into turn 3. Shepard trying to work the outside. Now he'll dip down low out of turn 4 on Bobby Pierce.
As those 2 drivers have battled for second, it's allowed Devin Moran to quietly pull ahead to about a 1.1 second advantage, although that lead may evaporate as Moran closes in on the back of the field. 2 drivers from Illinois continue to wage war for the bridesmaid honors, and they quickly close back in on the 99 of Moran as Scott Ward out of the race in the 37.
Watertown, South Dakota veteran out of the race. They go around Coover now. Shepard to the bottom. Brandon Shepard has climbed to 2nd now as we work lap 20. Still 60 to go in the 14th Silver Dollar Nationals into turn 1. Moran, Shepard, Pierce, Wilson, O'Neill, your top 5.
Brandon Shepard's got a good hot rod here tonight in the B5, as does the 32, but right now there's none better than that Roger Sellers own 99 of Devin Moran. He's led since the drop of the green, 21 laps in the books. Moran's car looks really good on the top and the bottom, and again, that lead trio, they put a few car links between themselves and your 4th place car. That's Dalton Wilson.
Once Moran clears, Corey Lawler, a little bit of breathing room. There's not much here. You're always up on the wheel, as Moran will easily clear the Pennsylvania driver into turn 3. With just a few short seconds away, he'll catch the 99P of Boom Briggs.
They're going to double it up for those of you at home. Ricky Thornton Jr. in the 20 RT, the current Lucas Oil late model Dirt Series points leaders, dropped a couple spots, James. He was as high as 4th. He's fallen back to 7th now, and that position comes under protest from Blair Nodorf, the local driver from just up the road in Renner, South Dakota, trying to work around the outside of the 20 RT. Thornton trying to work by the Rocket 1 of Tim McCready. Again, that's 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th, with Tyler Erb joining the party on the right side of your screen.
Well, it may be a tight bull ring. I remember the first time we came here, they said you can't run 2 wide. We've been running 3 wide here the last couple of years, and right now bound for the lead. Shepard took a peek on Moran as they work around the 99B of Boom Briggs off at turn 4 as we work lap 26. The deficit is 0.4 of a second for Moran, Shepard, Pierce, Dalton Wilson, Hudson O'Neill 5th, and it's McCready. How about Tyler Erb up to 7th, the Summer Nationals champion, then Thornton, Nodorf, and Ferguson 10th.
Yeah, Tyler Erb started 13th in this one. He is one of the early candidates for the Todd Steele Building's hard charger of the race, as this high-speed game of cat and mouse continues with Devin Moran right now, the Pied Piper, at the head of the pack. Moran like a hot knife through butter, not being slowed by the back of the field on the right side of your screen. James, again, looking back on Tyler Erb in the number 1 as he's worked his way around Ricky Thornton Jr. Thornton back to 8th, Snowdrift back to 9th, and then it's Carson Ferguson rounding up the top 10. There's Tyler Erb, your reigning Summer Nationals champion.
In the best performance car. Now here comes Shepard and Pierce. Moran off at turn 4. He'll have to go behind the 07 to Norfolk, Nebraska's Ben Sukup. Makes quick work of him into 1. 30 complete. Still 50 to go. Clear racetrack ahead of Moran, as now Shepard will have to work around Ross Robinson and Sukup.
It's a good look there back again at the, or was a good look back at the 71 of Hudson O'Neill, James, who's worked his way to the 5th position. Meanwhile, back at the front of the field, a clear track momentarily for your race leader, Devin Moran. Brandon Shepard and Bobby Pierce both able to work by Ben Sukup. Now no lap traffic between your race leader, Devin Moran, and 2nd place, Brandon Shepard.
And the fastest car that last time around was Dalton Wilson with 32 complete. It's 1.1 seconds, and the
Dave Warren Power Sports
caution is out in turn 4. Mikey Marlar, and also involved is the Iowa driver Kurt Schroeder.
Boy, it has been a tough weekend for Mike Marlar in that Greg Bruning Skyline Motorsports 157. James, we'll go ahead and take a look at the Flow Racing instant replay and see what put us under yellow. Junior Coover slowing on the back straightaway, but the incident happens in front of him as Marlar and Schroeder make contact there near the Nutrient Ag Solutions starting zone.
Hey guys, real quick down here, Clay Harris out of the party. What happened?
We broke a power steering line. We've been having problems all weekend for the last 3 weeks, I can say. We've changed motors 2 times. We've just been having constant problems, so lucky it's been going our way.
All right, Clay Harris, O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year out with power steering issues. Thought they were grabbing oil out of the Rocket 1 toolbox. It actually was power steering fluid, but it didn't fix the problem. He'll have to try again at the next one.
Here you see Shane Winans and the Rocket 1 crew tending to the Boom Briggs 99B. Max Blair maybe with a little bit of damage in this most recent incident as well. 32 laps are complete in the 14th running of the Silver Dollar Nationals presented by My Race Pass. Closing in on the halfway point here at Huset Speedway. Mike Marlar involved in this most recent Dave Warren Power Sports caution flag. Man, it has just been a tough weekend for the Winfield, Tennessee native.
Yeah, they're going to pull the right rear mud cover off of the 157. All 4 Hoosier tires still up on this race car. Looks like they're going to go ahead and change that right rear tire, perhaps a different compound, with 32 laps complete. As Stacy Marlar down here, Josh Davis, they're going to stick a 4 on there. Hard to tell what is on the race car right now as they're trying to get that right rear tire tire off, though. It's not flat, but they are going to put a new one on.
You know, meanwhile, the field on the Speedway tentatively getting lined back up in this Delaware double file restart. Ben, back down to you.
Guys, I think actually by series rules, because Mike was part of that caution, the tire's not flat. They're going to put the mud cover back on. They're going to send him back out, so there will not be a new right rear tire on the 157.
So 32 laps complete. Devin Moran has led from the start. Brandon Shepard second. And in Bobby Pierce, Dalton Wilson, Hudson O'Neal, your top 5, DJ.
And it's been all Devin Moran since the drop of the green flag. But although he's never led by more than about 1 second or so in this race, a highly contested battle for the second spot. Now, Brandon Shepard had second that last time by at the stripe, James. He's going to choose the outside lane on this Delaware double file restart. That'll put Bobby Pierce inside. Meanwhile, Mike Marlar has rejoined the field at the tail. 32 in the books, 48 remaining here tonight.
Nutrien Solutions restart zone back underway. Moran will lead him in the 1. The Hornet Howard Longhorn slides up the track. So does Pierce. He'll go back to second. Here comes Shepard. Here comes Neal on the bottom. Hudson O'Neal, and his dad won the very first one in 2011, driving for Larry Mooring Motorsports. O'Neal on the bottom. He won twice earlier this week at Eagle and at Shelby County. Still Moran with the lead out at turn number 2.
Interesting to see that lead quartet up there, James, all fan out to the high side. And we've got another Dave Warren Power Sports caution flag, as it looks like Ross Robinson has made contact, hard contact with the outside wall here at the end of the front straightaway. And that will put us under yellow with 33 laps scored, 47 laps remaining in the 14th annual Silver Dollar Nationals presented by My Race Pass. Ross Robinson making his way to the infield to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. We'll take a look at the Flow Racing Instant Replay and see what has brought out this most recent Dave Warren Power Sports caution. Replay comes courtesy of the drone. Ooh.
You mentioned hard contact with the wall in 1. He has gone to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. His wife Amanda Whaley Robinson right there, and
yeah, guys, right side sheet metal pulled back on Ross Robinson's car. They'll go to work on it. Also, Mike Marlar, not part of that Dave Warren Power Sports caution, so he will put a new right rear on there. He did have a 4 on the right rear, just putting a fresh one on there. So Mike Marlar with a new right rear tire on the Skyline Motorsports 157.
We did get a full lap in, Dustin, so Pierce will go back to second. So Robinson, helmet off. He is out of this one. 33 in the books. It's Moran, Pierce, Shepard, O'Neal, Wilson, your top 5. Tyler Erb up to 6th. Again, an early contender for the Todd Steele Buildings Hard Charger. Then McCready, Thornton, Nodorf, and Alberson as Marlar makes his way back on the track. So does Boom Briggs.
4 of your top 6 drivers have never won the Silver Dollar Nationals before. Only Bobby Pierce and Brandon Shepard in that top 6 have won this event previously. Devin Moran has been your leader since the drop of the green. As you'd mentioned, James, 33 laps have been scored, 47 laps to go. The yellow lights have been turned off, and they'll fire this time in turns 3 and 4 in that Nutrien Ag Solutions restart zone.
Moran has led the first 33 laps. Again, Pierce got around Shepard on that last completed lap. Off at turn 4, they'll fire down the main straightaway with the Nutrien Ag Solutions restart zone.
Not a good start for Sheppy there, as Brandon Shepard, I don't know if he burnt the throttle a little too quick and had to get on the binders or what, but just saw that car hiccup just a little bit down in turns 3 and 4. Here comes Dalton Wilson down to the inside and challenging for the 3rd spot.
Wow. It was close. They went back and forth. O'Neal there on the bottom out in turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. He and Big Perm go side by side into 3. It's still Moran by about 4 car lengths. Off at turn 4, 35 complete. Still 45 to go here at I-80. So we're 5 shy of the halfway mark as they go to the top shelf. Out at turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Erb and McCready going at it. And there's Nodorf in 76. He runs 8th right now.
It's a real good run for the Drive Rider Renner South Dakota. Right now, it's funny that your top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drivers all trying to tiptoe around the top side of this racetrack. And you got to wonder, James, how much longer those guys can do that. How much longer can they push that cushion up on the outside before they either burn the top of the racetrack off, or there's simply just not enough cushion up there to run on. And some of these guys start working their way back to the bottom. We see Tyler Erb and we see Tim McCready both starting to creep down to the bottom of the racetrack right now. Just as we say that, McCready goes back to the top.
And Pierce there trying to diamond off coming out of 4. He'll close with the 2 car Starlings down the back straightaway. Brandon Shepherd third, Wilson fourth, O'Neill remains fifth. As Pierce takes the bottom off of turn 4. Last time around is 0.5 of a second. It's going to be closer this time. It is 0.4 of a second as he knocks a tenth of it off. And your race leader, Devin Moran, still leads down the back straightaway. But here comes Pierce and here comes Shepherd.
Here's a battle for the 4th position as Dalton Wilson and Hudson O'Neill going at it. O'Neill was able to get back by him. Tyler Erb going to throw his hat in the party as well and making a 3-way dance at the halfway point. 40 laps scored, 40 laps remaining as this battle happens just about a second and a half behind the lead trio of Moran, Pierce, and Shepherd.
And guess what? They're pick up the tail end of the field. They're on the same straightaway now as Lawler, Sukup, and Boom into turn 3. Those drivers running down on the bottom. Here comes Moran. Here comes Shepherd. Here comes Pierce. And at the line, with Shepherd and Pierce going at it off at turn 2. Shepherd slides up the track. Bobby says, thank you very much. He'll do the crossover. They'll go side by side into 3. Now Bobby drifts to the outside. Keeps it off the wall. Down the straightaway into turn number 1. 43 completed Husets. It's still anybody's race, even though Devin Moran has led from the start in 99.
Devin Moran's lead has grown back to 1.1 seconds, and that is right about at his biggest lead of the race. Just as we say that, Bobby Pierce able to cut 2/10 off the Dresden, Ohio driver's advantage. 36 laps to go. Back of the field on the inside of the Speedway right now, not providing a challenge for that lead trio of Moran, Pearson, Shepherd. And we've got problems on the back straightaway heading into turns 3 and 4. Carson Ferguson, he may have made contact with Jonathan Davenport, James, and he just lost a spring, maybe even a shock. It was hard to tell, fell out of the Paylor Motorsports number 93. 44 laps in the books, 36 remaining here at Huset's. So Carson Ferguson down there in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. Jonathan Davenport has stopped to the attention of Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series officials as we will take a look at the damage on that 49. You see him working on the right side. Or here's a look at the instant replay, James, to see exactly what happened. Right there.
Carson was running in 9th. There he's right there.
He may have slowed up already, it looked like.
Ferguson was running at 9th. Ben, go ahead.
I was going to say down there in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit, broken shock on the 93 car is going to take him out of this one. Also, we've got more action down here in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit as Ricky Thornton Jr. has made his way down, trying to get an update.
Yeah, Ricky Thornton Jr. had fallen back to 10th, guys, after starting in 6th. He was up to as high as 4th at one point, and it looks like they're going to put a new right rear tire on the 20RT.
So 44 laps in, Dustin. It'll be Devin Moran, still your leader. Bobby Pierce has gotten second back from Shepherd. Dalton Wilson fourth. Tyler Erb up to 5th. So the Summer Nationals champion, the best performance car, 13th to 5th in the first 44 laps. And it's Hudson O'Neill, no North McCready. And Carson Ferguson was 9th. Thornton was 10th. They both have to go to the tail. Davenport will move up, and so will Garrett Alvarez in a couple of spots.
And Tyler Erb is the early leading candidate for that Todd Steel Building's hard charger of the race. As you mentioned, James, he's up 8 positions, started 13th, and currently runs in position number 5. So the field is lined back up in the Delaware double file restart. We'll have to see if maybe Carson Ferguson or Ricky Thornton Jr., anyone else in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit, is able to rejoin this field at the tail as the yellow lights are being turned off, Ben.
Yeah, Ricky Thornton Jr., new right rear tire. The other one was not flat, but they did change it. He's going to rejoin the back of the pack.
5 cars officially out of the race. Clay Harris, Scott Ward, Kurt Schroeder, Junior Coover, and Ross Robinson.
Actually saw Kurt Schroeder down there trying to assist on the Paylor Motorsports 93 at Carson Ferguson. RTJ is going to rejoin the field at the tail. Devin Moran is going to bring him to the green to the new Drain Ag Solutions restart zone.
We'll have 35 laps to go next time around. The next completed lap down the back straightaway. Pierce slips up a little bit. Here comes Shepherd. Here comes Dalton Wilson at the bottom. And Tyler Erb's got a good hot rod. Then Eric and Kelly Brock, best performance number 1 down the main straightaway. 45 in the books. Devin Moran leading here at Huset's.
Look at Dalton Wilson on the inside of the Speedway, trying to make up a little bit of ground on the very bottom, and he opens up the door for Tyler Erb. Now 1, 2, 3 drivers going to the bottom down in turns 3 and 4. Just like that, everyone abandons the top side down in 3 and 4. They all go back to the top end 1 and 2. And down in 3 and 4 teams, things now starting to get interesting near the front of the field.
Tyler throws it in there on Wilson. Out of turn 4. Moran still leads Pierce Shepard. Then it's Dalton Wilson. O'Neill and Erb go side by side into turn 1. Tyler Erb, it's not been a good week for him, but he's run well here tonight as he goes to the bottom. Off at turn number 4, as still out in front is Devin Moran with 48 complete here tonight in the Silver Dollar Nationals.
Yeah, that means just 32 laps remaining. This track starting to streak up, especially down in turns 3 and 4. You see a black streak on the bottom, black streak on the top. The drivers have talked all weekend long about how those streaks, they can either help you a lot or they can hurt you a lot, and it can change greatly from lap to lap around this high bank black dirt oval.
And they say when it gets slick, it gets super slick as they head down the front straightaway. 50 in, 30 to go for Devin Moran. $53,000 payday on the line. Bobby Pierce, he has won 7 out of his last 8 dirt late model starts. Down the main straightaway, Brandon Shepard still third, Dalton Wilson. And guess what, Dustin? In another lap or 2, they will pick up the tail end of the field.
Moran's got his biggest lead of the race, James, at 1.4 seconds. He is seeking his biggest career Lucas Oil win at $53,000. As you mentioned, his possible first win in this event. He's made the Silver Dollar Nationals 4 times in his career. Best finish was 3rd back in 2022. There's Bobby Pierce. He's won the race before. Pierce, the 2019 Silver Dollar Nationals champion. He bounced off the wall down there in 3 and 4. They open up the door for Brandon Shepard, the defending Silver Dollar Nationals champion. 27 to go.
Moran into turn 3, battles for second between the two Illini hot shoes. Shepard on the bottom, Pierce up top off of turn 4. Behind them, Dalton Wilson banging the boards coming off of turn 4. Tyler Erb in 5th. 54 complete. The lead is 1.7 seconds. He works around Lawler. He'll work around the Norfolk, Nebraska driver Ben Sukup, and then just a tad of breathing room for the 99 into turn 1.
Yeah, 2 back markers now between Devin Moran and the 32 of Bobby Pierce. Moran with a 1.9 second advantage over the duo on your screen. Bobby Pierce in the red 32, the black B5. That's Brandon Shepard. They currently run 2nd and 3rd, nearly 2 seconds behind your race leader, Devin Moran. 56 laps in the books, just 24 laps to go in this one.
Into turn 3, Moran now off of turn 4. As we come off of turn number 4, there's Dalton Wilson right now in the 4th spot. Tyler behind him runs in 5th. In the early, Todd Steelbuilding's hard charger right now for that number 1 car. And then you have Tim McCready. He's in the Rocket 1 behind them.
Yeah, Tim McCready right now, the other number 1, the blue number 1, currently runs in the 6th position, just behind that battle on your screen. There you see McCready popping in and out of your screen in the Rocket 1. Hudson O'Neill, he's fallen back to 7th. Jonathan Davenport currently runs 8th. Mike Marler, a nice rebound.
Where did he come from, right?
Well, yeah, he came from the back, he came from the back of the fields where he came from. Garrett Albertson is 10th, and Ricky Thornton Jr., he's worked his way from the tail of the field back up to 11th.
Yeah, good run for Marler. It's been a tough road trip for that Skyline Motorsports group, but a good run going right now in 9th. Right now, Devin Moran, 20 laps to go. It's 0.3 of a second.
Yeah, Bobby Pierce.
Now, Bobby Pierce has cut that lead down as they work around Boom Briggs into turn 3. About 2 or 3 more laps, they'll pick up the tail of the field as Pierce keeps him in his sights down the main straightaway.
When you see one of the things Pierce is doing, he's changed his line just a little bit. Pierce going back down to the bottom of the racetrack in turns 1 and 2. He had been anywhere from 2 to 3 tenths faster than Moran the last several laps. Pierce now, look at him, he's kind of rolling the middle. He's found a groove in the middle of turns 3 and 4 to his liking. 19 laps to go, make it 18 laps to go, and we've got a battle for the lead.
It was good for all 40 laps last night. We double that here tonight, and right now working lap 63. 17 laps to go. Boom Briggs to the infield out of this one. It's a 3-car battle, and we got a spin in turn number 2, and it is the 76 for Blair Nodorf, who ran in the top 10 for most of this race, was running in 14th at the time.
Yeah, and that happened not terribly far in front of your race leaders, Devin Moran and Bobby Pierce. So that will tighten this field back up. 62 laps scored, 18 laps remaining here at Huset Speedway. the 14th annual Silver Dollar Nationals presented by My Race Pass, and we are under caution with 18 laps to go. Blair Nodorf has gone around over in turn number 2. We've got to look at the Flow Racing instant replay to see what happened to the Renner South Dakota driver. As shot from the drone will be right there close to the center of your screen.
Maybe somebody got in the right rear quarter panel there. He had been in the top 10 for Moses' race right there. He was running in 14th at the time. With Devin Moran, 62 laps complete. We did not get that lap in. It's the leader +3 in the Lucas Oil Series. We did not make it through, but that lead had been cut to 0.3 of a second, so Pierce will have the start pin, Shelton.
Guys, Brendan Smith, after his best ever Lucas Oil win last night, has made his way into the Heartbeat Hot Sauce hot pit. New tire on the right rear and the left rear. Both those tires starting to blister as now Jimmy Owens brings the Kohler Motorsports 20 down, and Drake Troutman with right rear quarter panel damage on the 7 down here as well.
Owens was running 13th, DJ Troutman 16th. So it's Moran, Pierce, Shepard, Wilson, Erb, your top 5. Then McCready, O'Neill, Davenport, Marlar, and Alberson in 10th. So Marlar pitted at least, what, 2 times early on in this race.
And for the Kohler Motorsports number 20, Jimmy Owens, a new right rear tire going on that race car. Meanwhile, Drake Troutman's crew continues work on the right rear of the 7 car. Hey guys, inside of 20 laps to go, why not give it one last chance, especially for these points racers? The last 2 nights were not points nights. Tonight is.
Yeah, see Brendan Smith making his way back out on the track as well, fresh off his first ever top 10 with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. And guys, the caution lights have been turned off. The green flag is going to fly this time. Devin Moran has been your leader since the drop of the green. Bobby Pierce had closed that gap as they are going to go back underway, and Jimmy Owens going to make it back out on the field, and he is going to be just in front of your race leaders, James.
Well, 6 cars out of the race. Battle for second into turn number 3. Shepard on the bottom, Pierce up top as we work lap 63. Whoa, man, Moran banged off the wall in turn 4, DJ. He'll still lead into turn number 1. 17 laps to go. It's burrowing to be a dandy here at the end at Huset's.
They fanned out nearly 3 wide behind those drivers as well for the 4th position. But here comes Brandon Shepard looking for his 2nd straight win in the Silver Dollar Nationals. This one's been good since the drop of the green. Yeah, Moran's lead, it blew up just a little bit for a little while, but just as quickly as he gained the lead, he also fell back just a little bit to 2nd and 3rd, and it was Bobby Pierce before the caution. Now it's Brandon Shepard doing battle with the Dresden, Ohio driver.
Devin Moran, Tyler up to 4th as action picks up. Here comes the Nude Wipes, Valvoline B5. And on the Big River Steel 99 into turn 1. 66 complete, 14 to go. As they head down the back straightaway, Drake Troutman heads to the infield, out of the race. But we're going to have a battle lead behind the 20 of Jimmy Owens, the final car on the lead lap, in position number 17.
And Jimmy Owens looks like he is slow in the front straightaway. He's going to try to nurse that car, and he's not going to make it. He is stopped at the end of the front straightaway, and that is going to bring out a Dave Warren Power Sports caution with 13 laps to go. So Jimmy Owens stopped at the end of the front straightaway as Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series officials will get that Bobby and Jessica Kohler Motorsports number 20 pushed off the racetrack. Is that car just simply lost power, and now it's fired back up again, it looks like.
Well, we're still in the parameters for a Delaware double file restart. 13 to go. It'll be 10 or less laps to go, would be single file. That lead was down to 0.5 of a second. So it'll be Devin Moran, 13 to go. Brandon Shepard, Bobby Pierce, Tyler Erb, 13th to 4th in car 1. Then it's McCready. Marlar up to 6th.
Unbelievable.
Marlar up to 6th, and Wilson, O'Neill, Davenport, and Max Blair runs in 10th.
Mike Marlar is the current Todd Steel Building's hard charger in more ways than one. Of course, it goes by your official starting spot, which was 18th for Marlar, so he's up to 6th. But let's not forget, he went to the tail end of the field after he made a pit stop. He was caught up in an accident earlier in the race. So keep your eyes on the red horn, that red 157 of Mike Marlar, as he's trying to charge from the tail of the field and get a win here in the 14th annual Silver Dollar Nationals presented by My Race Pass. Jimmy Owens has made his way back out. We're going to make our way to the Nutrien Ag Solutions restart zone. Green is out with 13 to go.
Oh man, it's almost goosebump time, right? As they go into one. They'll have 12 to go next time around. How about Tyler up on the bottom, trying to make it 3 wide. He has to back out of it down the back straightaway. Pierce Shepherd, Devin Moran, can he lead it all the way up a turn 4? A dozen laps remaining at Huset.
Boy, this is good from about third on back up. Man, Marler and McCready has made contact. McCready was heading dead for the infield and somehow saved his race car.
I mean, these guys aren't good or what, right?
Meanwhile, in front of them, there's Tyler Erb trying to take that third spot away from Brandon Shepherd, and you've got a battle for the lead, James, as Pierce is there knocking on the door.
10 laps to go. This time around, Pierce goes to the outside, Moran on the bottom. Shepherd third, Erb is fourth, all eyes up front. Into turn number 1. Devin Moran trying to keep it out of the wall. You think that cushion is getting a little treacherous. 10 laps to go. Moran trying to protect the bottom. B. Shep rolls the top out of turn 4, 9 to go.
I'm not too sure that Brandon Shepherd doesn't have the best car on the racetrack when this thing stays green, as the driver out of New Berlin, Illinois, and defending race winner is clicking off the fastest laps right now as he's got that car on a rail on the outside of the Speedway. James, this time by 8 laps remaining.
Will they pick up the 10 on the field? It's coming off of turn 4. They're coming out of turn 2. 3-car battle. Erb is fourth. Fifth is McCready. Now Pierce and Shepherd to the bottom. Devin Moran let it all hang out. 7 to go for the 29-year-old out of Dresden, Ohio. Off of turn number 2. He's got to keep it out of the wall. Down the back straightaway. Here comes Pierce and Shepherd. They'll have 6 to go this time around.
It's a $53,000 payday on the line. Tyler Erb going to try to make it a 4-way dance in the closing stages of this one. 6 laps to go. Moran's been your leader since the drop of the green flag, and you've got a good race up front. Here comes Pierce. Here comes Shep.
Here comes 5 to go. Moran, Pierce, Shepherd, Tyler Erb. Devin Moran down the back straightaway. He might pick up the tail end of the field. He hopes not. He goes into turn 3, protecting the bottom. 4 to go. Here comes Shepherd pedaling hard up top. He wants it to stay green. 4 to go, Dustin.
Moran has run every line on this racetrack you can possibly run. He likes to run high, he likes to run low. He was just high down in 1 and 2. He'll go back down to the bottom in 3 and 4. Pierce will go to the top. Shepherd will roll the middle. 3 different lines being used by your top 3 cars with 3 laps remaining, and Pierce is right there.
Boom out of the race down the back straightaway. We'll have 2 to go. Moran hanging on for dear life. Bobby Pierce is there. Shepherd to the bottom. It's a 3-car battle for $53,000. 2 to go at Huset in the Silver Dollar Nationals. Moran down the back straightaway, Dustin, as they head to the Barron's Performance. 1 lap to go.
Devin Moran trying to hang on and get his biggest career Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series win. The Barron's Performance, 1 to go. He'll go high in turns 1 and 2. Bobby Pierce is right there. They work by the 93 of Corey Lawler through turns 3 and 4 for the final time. The checkered flag is out. Your Silver Dollar Nationals champion is Devin Moran. Second spot goes to Bobby Pierce. Third, Brandon Shepherd. Fourth is Tyler Erb, and Tim McCready will round out the top 5. Mike Marler rebounds for a 6th place finish. Hudson O'Neal 7th, Garrett Alberson 8th, Dalton Wilson 9th, and Jonathan Davenport rounds out the top 10 in a highly entertaining Silver Dollar Nationals presented by My Race Pass here at the gorgeous Huset Speedway.
Our sport has a bright future, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Right there, 2 guys under 30 years old. Brandon Shepherd's, what, 32? So he was the defending winner. How about Tyler Erb? Was he the Todd Steel Building's hard charger, or was it?
It was Mike Marler.
Mikey Marler.
Unofficially,
Finishes in 6th.
Marler unofficially gained 12 spots. Turbo gains 9 positions. Of course, there is still 1 bit of business left to take care of. Is the pyro going off in the background, and Devin Moran has made his way into the UNOH Tech and Scale area to try to make it official. He's got to weigh 2350 and has to pass the droop check.
You do get a pound per lap burn off in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series for the A main only, so that would be 80 pounds that
It'll be 22.70.
22.70, right. See if he does get, he got a green light there. We do know that.
He got the thumbs up that he
now
made
he's
the
in
weight.
the droop check. Is that his, he has not won a 50, he's won a 50,000.
Yeah, the Show Me 100
Yeah,
last
but this
year.
would be the biggest career win, right?
Correct.
Yes. Of course, he won the Prairie Dirt Classic, and that paid 30,000 when he won that one. Yes. How about that, Ben? 14 consecutive top 4 finishes. Unbelievable, the first and second in that stretch from mid-June at Lernerville. Simply incredible.
Yeah, that team has been on point, and I tell you what, tonight, you just saw last night, he could go places nobody else could last night. Now, he stayed pretty much married to the top this entire feature, moved down early, and it seemed like the restarts were the best shots for him. The fireworks go off, and he is going to clear the UNOH scales, it would appear. We will have Devin Moran joining us on the front straightaway, and Lucas Oil Victory Lane. We'll talk to your Big River Steel top 3 as the Big River Steel, Roger Sellers Motorsports, Lazy Day RV, Smoky Mountain Speedway number 99, and Chuck Kimball, crew chief on that race car. They are pushing it toward Lucas Oil Victory Lane. He becomes the 10th different driver to be a Silver Dollar Nationals champion, presented by My Race Pass. We'll talk to Bobby Pierce and Brandon Shepard rounding out your podium as the top 3 make their way to the front straightaway. Looks like we'll actually get the top 5 out here tonight as we wait on Devin Moran to climb out of that race car, picking up $53,000 the night he led all 80 laps. The box score is going to show that, but it was far from easy for the Dresden, Ohio driver. And race fans, he's out of the car. Devin Moran is your Silver Dollar Nationals champion. 53,000, his 14th career Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series win, his 6th win on the tour this year, his 11th win overall. And Devin Moran, Devin, the smile says it all. What does it mean to you to win the Silver Dollar Nationals?
I guess this is officially the biggest race I ever won, you know. It was hard work, though. I had something going on with the carburetor, and it was spitting fuel like the last 25 laps, so I was literally wiping every straightaway, and whew, I'm out of breath. I knew Sheffy and Bobby were ripping, and I was just doing everything I could to stay out front.
Devin, they're late. How hard was it to lead? You went high for a while, then you had to move down low. How tough was it in those closing laps?
Yeah, I saw Sheffy just kept poking, and I tried running the bottom. It just felt so slow, but it obviously wasn't horrible. I just, got to catch my breath here. That was a workout, and I don't care what anyone says. Late models at Huset is a badass thing.
Devin, you have won some big races, but this year you're taking it to another level. What has this team done, and what have you done to go to the level that you guys are at now?
Oh, Roger Sellers just put his faith in myself and my great crew. You know, he got us on board last year, and it was a little shaky to start, and we just kept working. But huge thank you to Roger, Robbie, Casey, Connor. I can't thank them more than anything in the world. My beautiful wife, my great crew guys, Chuck, Mason, DK, Brad, everyone back home. Got to say hi to my grandma and grandpa. It's my grandma Phyllis's birthday today, and she's in the hospital again, so can't wait for her to see this. And my grandpa Ronnie, I want to say hi to them, and my parents, my whole family back home, my other grandparents, Dick and Rita. Love my family to death, you know, but just want to thank all the loved ones, all the fans, and all my great sponsors. You know, you got Lazy Days RV, Big River Steel, got my USS suit on. First time I won in this one, so can't wait to talk to Scott and Denise after this. I'm sure they're pumped up. But I want to thank them, Bill Stein Shocks, Pee Wee Record Service, Bo Mag and Southeastern Equipment, C&W Trucking. We're going over to Davenport later this week, so sure I'm going to get to hang out with him. Lincoln Smith Racing, Vinny Giuliani with VG Performance. Got a ton of great sponsors, Ibach Race Springs, McHugh's, Red Oak Pub, CarSourceAuto.com, and so many other people that are on this car that don't get mentioned enough. I just want to thank all them guys for supporting me and putting their faith in me, and hell yeah, it's a good way to finish this weekend off.
Race fans, making Phil welcome your Silver Dollar Nationals champion, Devin Moran. Coming home second on the Big River Steel podium as he challenged. He fell back third at times. He was second at times. Bobby Pierce, man, I feel like everything but the kitchen sink. What did you need tonight to be one position better?
I really don't know. Devin was good, and I think we just missed a little on the right front setup. It was kind of bouncing around the corner, and we scared ourselves out when we hot lapped. We kind of had different setup on, and track just got a little more characteristic in it than we thought, and going through the corner, I guess just however the car bounced is how I went, and had my hands full for a while, but it was a fun battle with Brandon and Devin, and he drove a heck of a race there at the very end. When I had a last effort chance at it, he moved up, perfect timing right when he did, because I think if he wouldn't have moved up there, I possibly could have got a run on him on turn 4, and might have been a different story, but he moved up, perfect timing, and really just moved around when he needed to and did a heck of a job there at the end.
Race fans, Bobby Pierce second on the Big River Steel podium. Tonight, rounding out the Big River Steel podium, coming home in position number 3. Brandon Shepherd, you got that sly smile on your face. Man, there were times it felt like you were going to the lead. You ended up 3rd. Is there anything you wish you could have gone back and done different?
I don't know. I like to think I should have picked the bottom on that first restart when I got to 2nd, but then after I got 2nd back later in the race, I picked the bottom where I thought I needed to be, and I didn't take off as good. I bounced coming out of the corner. I think I got up on the berm a little bit too much. That made me bounce and let Bobby get back ahead of me there. All in all, we had a really good car all weekend, really. It was just awesome balance. It was a pleasure to drive, really, and I can't thank my guys enough. Marco, Jeff, Lucas, JP, Uncle Ed, and Chuck back home. My dad and my grandpa, all the guys at Longhorn Chassis and Bilstein Shocks. Dude Wipes, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Coltman Farms, American Racing Wheels, Valvoline, Riggs Drilling Solutions, Scott and Tara and Jack and Jason, all them guys, everything they do for me. My beautiful wife and kids, appreciate them. Appreciate all these great fans out here. Love Huset Speedway. Can't wait to come back next year.
Race fans, how about it for Brandon Shepherd? He rounds out the Big River Steel podium in 3rd. We move into the Penske top 5. 13th to 4th, Tyler Erb. Turbo, it's been a tough weekend up until tonight, but what changed for this race car for you able to drive forward to a 4th place finish?
Just a lack of farming, man. These guys, they get, not here in general, it's a nice facility, and you know, this is the first night they kind of let the racetrack go and play its own course, and I think it was the most passing that you could do in the feature. Maybe I was just being biased tonight. But yeah, I mean, we're working really hard. You know, we caught a lot of slack for cherry picking or whatever you want to call it. But our car's been fast everywhere we go. Outlaws, Lucas, Hell Tour, Reverend Ray, Ben Shelton's Flow Rainout Series. Wherever we go, we have a lot of speed. Just, you know, the better the track gets in this condition where there's kind of a bottom, kind of a top, and the middle's no man's land is when we tend to shine. So just got to thank my guys, you know, Cody Carl, Blade Kearns, Pooter came and helped us this weekend. Lakin's been with us. My mom was here this weekend, which was awesome. Bobby, and then all my sponsors, you know, everybody at Best Performance, Rocket Chassis, Kaiser Manufacturing, you know, Integra. They're doing an awesome job. We have a really, really good car. Just, you know, when it's Mach 10, I don't know what I do wrong. Just don't feel as good as I should, or don't have the results to show for it. But you know, when it comes time to get paid, we've got a really good package. So Mark Langenfelder Mechanical, Anthony's Pizza, you know, Tommy and Stacy, my buddy Scooter at Sannyweld. It was his birthday. Go Lithium Doug, each and every person on this car. I can't thank them enough, really. If I missed them, I'm sorry. JR Trucking, and yeah, we'll see everybody at the next one.
Turbo Tyler Erb comes home in position number 4. Rounding out your Penske top 5, former Silver Dollar Nationals champion Tim McCready. Tim, man, with about 15 go, I thought you were going off on the hook. Things got wild late. How were you able to race your way back to the top 5?
Just, you know, perseverance. We were a little off from the drop, just kind of free. Just made some decisions that we hadn't done all week. In a hot lap, really good, so we thought we'd be okay. And, you know, you bear out a 100-lap race, and it wasn't, you know. But we'll go back to the drawing board, and all these guys with Rocket, Mark, Danny, Austin, and Joel will go to work next week, and we'll try again. But I just want to thank Valvoline, Seabrook Calf Ranches, Performance Grading, Petrov Towing, Franklin Enterprises, Andy Durham Power, Frock Shocks, everybody that does this whole thing, Rocket Chassis, like I said, Performance Grading, I said Ace Metal Works, Gunther's Honey, and everybody does this whole program. This is a night where I felt really not that good, and then we squeezed a 5th out of it. A month ago, it was further back, so we're gaining. These guys are just, you know, they're good at their jobs. That's why they're professional race car drivers.
Race fans, Tim McCready rounds out the Penske top 5. He comes home in position number 5. DJ and James will send it back up top for the race recap.
Ben, thanks so much. Again, you said it best. The box score might show that Devin Moran led all 80 laps, but it wasn't that easy. Let's take a look at your Lucas Oil race recap and see exactly how that 99 car got parked in Lucas Oil victory lane.
Well, the last 2 nights it's been all Bobby Pierce leading every lap, but Moran got the lead on lap number 1. Of course, he'll be the MD3 most laps led. The fastest lap of the race, brought to you by Coleman Farms, will be Brandon Shepard. But Devin Moran, I tell you, it was getting a little wild there at the end, wasn't it? Shepard, Pierce, they went back and forth for second for most of this race. And Tyler coming up through there, getting the 4th spot. You had some cautions throughout the field there, but Moran, I thought Shepard was going to have a shot there when he went to the top. You see right there the battle between O'Neill and Wilson. McCready, I swear McCready was crossways on the front straightaway once.
There were a lot of guys that I thought that were going to have a shot at it right there.
Right there, unbelievable save. That was like O'Neill at Don O'Neill at East Bay, right, a few years ago. But how about the night for track owner Todd Quiring? A great race here in the late models, and his driver, David Gravel, wins the Kings Royal at Eldora tonight. So,
oh, man,
awesome.
How about that?
Congratulations, Todd Quiring. Thank you.
Indeed, it was a great night for him and a great night for Devin Moran. Ben Shelton, we'll toss it back down to you for your final thoughts.
Well, I tell you what, we talked about it in Lucas Oil victory lane, and Devin Moran, he is taking his career to the next level. Major wins, consistency. He's going to be in the title hunt this year. Bobby Pierce, great weekend. He comes home second. Brandon Shepard third, but also Tyler Erb and Tim McCready with big runs tonight. It was a fun weekend at Huset's, guys, and it's only going to get better as we go toward the championship at Eldora. It'll be here before we know it, and we'll see everybody on the road.
Absolutely, Ben. Thank you very much, and great job as always, my friend. And James, that is a wrap on yet another highly entertaining Silver Dollar Nationals presented by My Race Pass.
Hey, I want to give a shout out to Chuck Kimball, the crew chief for Devin Moran, Mason Bavard, Dylan Klein on the crew. Done a great job. 14 straight top 4 finishes, and they get the biggest win for 29-year-old Devin Moran of his career here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. It was an honor and a pleasure, as always. This facility, one of the best in the entire country, and this racetrack tonight was absolutely outstanding. It was action-packed all weekend long here at Huset Speedway, with Bobby Pierce getting prelim wins, and tonight, Devin Moran grabbing the win, ladies and gentlemen. For all the latest information, visit us online at lucasdirt.com.